Let's begin with prophetic code number 1, which is the code of music and art. What you need to understand is that for you to be able to function in the prophetic with more sensitivity, you cannot omit this code. I used to prophesy and struggle to pick signals, but what I didn't realize that I was lacking this kind of code, the code of music. I used to be somebody who didn't love listening to music a lot. So I tried to force my way into the spirit. Whilst there was an easy way that you could have entered into the realm of the spirit without struggle. So if you read in Revelation, the chapter 15, verses 2 to 3, the Bible speaks about, and God gave them a harp, a string instrument, that they will sing the song of Moses and the song of the Lamb. Even God gave them instruments to be able to sing, talking about the saints that were received in glory. When you read in Samuel, you will understand that the prophet David, or better still, King David, understood the code of music. He could play this harp to extend that the evil spirit that took charge over the life of King Saul will begin to flee away. That is the power of music, such that the king will be relieved of that bitterness, that anger. So music has something to do with your human spirit. I never knew. So this made me struggle for years until finally, and when I talk about music, I'm not simply referring to songs that draws your mind out of God into the world. I am not also talking about the kind of music that shifts your mind from God and place it on yourself. I am talking about music that places your focus on the Lord. The Bible said that looking up to Jesus, who is the author and the finisher of your faith. Because when a man begins to focus on the Lord, what happens is that he is being transformed from one level of glory into another. So this was the secret the prophets of old had, such that when they walk in companies, they used to sing and prophesy, because music has a way to make them sensitive. And the more you start listening to songs and worship, you realize that the attention is moved from you and placed on what God can do, what He can do. And by that act, do you know what happens? You are already diving in the realm of the spirit. You are moving deeper. The easiest way for a man to travel in the spirit is worship, and music helps you into that. So Samuel told Saul to meet a company of prophets, but he said, you will notice them because they will be having stringed instruments, and as they play it, they will prophesy, confirming that you have been chosen as a king. Not to talk about our beloved prophet Elisha, after he was in distress, anger, seeing that the son of Ahab came to seek or inquire the Lord from him. He told him, go back to your father's prophets. The man was angry. He was annoyed. But how was he able to relieve himself, to shift the focus from him to God? He requested for a minstrel, a musician who doesn't sing the chords of this world, but sings and plays chords from eternity, the chords of the spirit. Such music are able to trigger your spirit easily. And one of the people I know that sings those songs are Ebuka songs, Lawrence Ayo, Theophilus Sunday, and some couple of them. Some of these their songs ushers you easily in the spirit realm. And better still, there are also instrumentals, beats, keyboard string beats that are there. Example is my background music. When you listen to it, how do you feel? You realize that you easily ascend into the spirit realm with ease. So this is prophetic code number 1. Enjoy worship and you will see the manifestation thereof. Now, what does worship song do? Number 1, worship songs, as the prophet sings along or listens to it, keeps the prophet's mind submissive to the voice of God and to the mind of Christ. Anytime a man enters into worship, what happens is that it is a sign of humility, submission, where you give him all the glory, all the praise, and you take nothing from you. So the attention is moved from you unto him. Number 2 reasons why worship is so important is because worship purifies the mind. Maybe during the day you were so exhausted with all kinds of voices. The easiest way to cleanse the mind, just begin to worship. Just begin to listen to worship songs. As you dive in this worship, you realize that you are washing your mind. And the Bible said that blessed are they who are pure in heart, for they shall see God. That word pure in heart simply means that washing your mind from impurities. And Jesus taught us how to wash our mind. He said that, for you are already clean because of the word. In John 15:3. Number 3, worship helps in meditation. Because the moment you are worshiping, your meditation has gone to another level. Or worship accelerates your meditation for power. Before you know it, tears are flowing. Before you know it, your whole body is so active to respond to the voice. So a man who worships cannot miss God's voice. So most people don't know this code. That is why most prophetic churches that they don't play with music. They make sure they empower the music team, because music can restrain you from ever moving into the prophetic. So when I discovered this code, brother, I didn't just discover it, but I tried to sing myself. And this is what has helped me. So watch out for the next episode. Thank you.